Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button as we go over daily content to Warpath. In this video, guys, we got some footage from Las Vegas, Server 1. A lot of people contacted me, wanted to see some war footage. So let's get into the video. If you guys like it, hit the thumbs up button and sit back, grab a drink as we go into this video. All right, guys, let's get into some of this war footage and check out some of this. So as you can see here, we have Wolf and RCG, and they were against 7NA and also DEUT. So just to give you guys some context, so I found this one. There wasn't a tremendous amount of fighting, but there was some fighting. And yeah, so this base, this guy in this base beneath here, he's struggling, like he's fighting for dear life. In other words, the guys from DUT are trying to pretty much take him out, and he's fighting them off. And also RCG is helping him. So as you can see, RCG's up by his base right there is the Wolf base. And so I was kind of interested in some of this because these are higher accounts, meaning they're all like level 32s. They all have like some maxed out units, maxed out commanders and stuff like that. So it was kind of interesting to me. So as you can see here, the one thing that sticks out to me is that a lot of people in the field are rocking tank hunters, mediums, lights, faster units that have more amounts on the field, you know, per march, because as you know, it takes less personnel to do those as opposed to like really heavies or whatever. But anyway, the key here that I see, and a lot of people already know, is that you want to pull away and heal your march, and the stronger and faster your troops are, the better, because a lot of them heal faster. So if like you have a maxed out commander like a spanner or something, you're going to heal a lot faster when you back off as opposed to somebody who's not. So as you can see, the Wolf guy, he kind of centers in and he'll pop out and he'll hit a unit, which if the unit, the DUT guy, is out of the unit, he will get attacked by the base. So like if you're within like 4 grids or whatever and you initiate an attack on somebody, then the base will fire off on him when he's around it. So kind of playing this cat and mouse game, it's kind of funny or whatever. The thing is that, you know, some of these units are so strong, you know, they hit the unit, they back off, they hit the unit, they back off. It's kind of like this giant cat and mouse game, which is kind of funny to me. I watch it a lot. But what was interesting is to see some of these units in action. I noticed some of the different styles. They're a little bit different than some of the lower level players, but once again, once you get up into the higher ranks, you have to fight just a tad bit differently. I also noticed in this one that I don't know if one of the players was searching for ravens so that it would fill up all the spots around them, but I kind of noticed that a little bit. So here we have a tank hunter that's a 7.2. That's nice. That's nice. The Wolf guy has a medium that's only a level 9 on the power grade system, so that's a little bit on the lower end. Some of these troops weren't exactly the biggest, being at 600 or 700k, but they might have had multiple marches on the field, so it might not be their strongest one. They might have multiple marches, but yeah, that one, it's healing right now. So as they start picking off some of these units, you'll see like this is the 10 versus a 9. The 10 obviously is going to have a little bit more buffs. So as soon as they get to a certain point, they'll try to back off and heal. That healing only for maybe 5-6 seconds and then coming back again. However, the RCG guy here, Daddy, has kind of an advantage, being that when you have gold parts, you'll have a, you know, up to a 20% garrison buff. So like once he garrisons, his troops are healing substantially faster than the DUT guy that's just healing in the field. That's just my perspective on it or whatever. But you guys can watch some of this. It's pretty entertaining. So he's gonna try to tank this with his super heavy. Not super heavy, taking some damage or whatever. However, I don't think he has a lot of units in his base. He might have some artillery because it looks like the super heavy's taking a little bit from rockets or something, but not a whole lot from like howitzers or something like that. Most of his troops are fighting, so. And then Slammer to the side of him is level 10, looks like. So yeah, tanking this rather well. He's taking some crazy damage off of that one. And then, of course, you know, they'll pull back and heal. So once he gets in the orange, he's going to pull back and heal. And then the other guys are going to kind of move forward. So Daddy's Tank Hunter was a level 9 in the power grade system. So I think they start getting a little bit more help at this point as far as Wolf and RCG kind of working together to pick these off. The whole point is that DUT is trying to pick off both of these bases, and these guys are defending pretty much. So their style of defending is kind of intriguing when you look at it or whatever. Once again, you see more ravens popping up, and they're trying to kill them off. I think RCG Daddy is trying to you know, click the search button and generate or populate the area with a bunch of ravens. See that 17 that just popped up? So I think that was the strategy there with him. But anyway, these guys are defending, and long story short, they end up getting a lot of them, but it was interesting how long it took in defense for these guys, because this is not a mass amount of people, but it is, you know, 2-3 people against 2 people, you know, and kind of going back and forth in the style. So very, very interesting. But like I said, guys, get you a drink as we get into this. That Tank Hunter though, man, whoo, 7.2. I like to see that. Most of the time it's 7.1s. A lot of people rock 7s and 7.1s. That's pretty much just kind of the standard right there. Trying to get up to level 200 with gold parts. It's very rare you see a whole lot of 7.2s. Just like a mass amount of them, but they're there. And boy, oh boy, do they sure kick butt too. Those 7.2s are nice. And I believe that's a Vanguard, because that is a gray unit, so that is a Vanguard 7.2 as a Tank Hunter. High penetration. As you can see, Slammer keeps trying to get those super heavies in there so he can... but they're taking a beating. Look at them. Definitely taking a beating. I'm guessing Daddy had quite a few troops that were probably in field, probably 2 or 3 instead of having so many artilleries. But he definitely has some artilleries in there to hurt those super heavies. So as you can see, DUT is falling back a little bit so they can heal, keeping about 4 or 5 grids away from the base or whatever. We got a 10 here. The 10 on a super heavy as a 7.1. That's definitely not a 7.2. But, you know, super heavies are kind of slow in the field, man. You know, got to be careful. They kind of lug around, especially against some lights. And I believe those are mediums, because that's... How much is that? 4, 5, 6 units. 8 of them would be lights, if there were lights in there. So a lot of mediums in this case, rocking in the field. I think up there the RCG guy is using his mediums as the Russian ones. I think the DUT guy, those look like Liberties. They're a little bit darker of a shade of green. So I think those are the Liberty mediums. Those super heavies are just so slow. It's like they get pounded and they're like trying to pull away to heal, and it's like moving slowly. But they still picking away at that base. While the troops are over there fighting, they're gonna keep on picking away at them. Wolf guy coming down to try to help out as much as possible. So see that Daddy just popped out, but when he popped out, some of the units that were attacking around the base are now getting fired off on because he's activated the base to try to hit some of those. So let's see how the mediums hold up. Ooh, took him down to midway in what, 1.5 seconds? Took him down. Ooh, we got some more people coming up here, but there was another RSG guy there. But it looks like some more troops trying to come up and join in on the fight. This time trying to make the balance a little bit different. So now while these guys are fighting over there in the top right corner, DUT is going to try to come up from the south and pick off this base as they fight in the field off to the right. Trying to count how many mediums are in this field. It seems like all of them are pretty much mediums. No lights. They got a couple super heavies. Do you guys see any heavy tanks? I see some tank hunters on the DU2 slammer guy, which are pretty strong. Those being the Vanguard ones. And he is putting up a defense. I mean, he is popping in, popping out, going at it hardcore with these guys. But they are steadily picking off his base, little more and little more. So it looks, from the looks of it, he had 4 bars, so it looks like 4 units were remaining inside of there. 2 were out. One of them just went back in there. He has 5 bars. One of them came out. But the thing is he's running up north around that area. The guys from the south are probably going to try to push forward once they've healed up enough. That's what I assume. Yeah, so he's hanging out in the upper right corner. So DUT is going to try to come up from the south again. Let's see, he engages a medium. They're going to try to keep him at bay to the right while these guys tank. And that might be enough, honestly. They're not going to be able to get around to get to the backside because this is a cluster of 4. The RCG guy trying to get there with his mediums. And Slammer trying to hold on with his super heavies. Let's see, I think it's going to be enough. These 4 units. Yep. Yep, guys, it's going to be enough. Boom, and he's gone. Well, that was rather interesting. Well, that's it for that footage, guys. Anyway, I figured I'd go over some of the footage I saw. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys lasted long enough, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Until next time, guys. Peace.